Another day out in the shop. Got the inner and outer rockers all prepped and pre-fitted. I've got my newest tool here that I used a little bit the other day, Harbor Freight spot welder. It actually does a pretty good job. The welds are good and strong, small, and it is oh so much faster than MIG welding the plug welds. No grinding involved. Preparation is more intense. The panels have to fit quite nicely. All four sides need to be prepped. And you sit there and weld them up and no grinding afterwards. Still playing with it a little bit. This is more welds than I had used with it so far. But I'm going to be able to do the bottom of the rocker to the floor pan with it. That'll be really nice. I'm hoping I can do the transmission drive shaft tunnel. I think I can sneak them in there. If I can, that's going to be a big time saver because that area is really hard to get in and grind. New assembly now set in place on the door and the quarter. Final check, and the gaps have come out very nice. It's always refreshing to see everything fit up. You cut this much of a car apart, it's always a nagging thought in the back of my mind that something could go wrong that won't show up until you're way down the repair, but this is all fitting quite nicely. Welded across the front, at the corner welded in. I'm going to go to work on the A pillar predominantly. It's not in too bad a shape. The B pillar, not so much. It's going to take a fair amount of work, I think, to get that one back in. In fact, I may end up just rebuilding it completely. It shows the inside up, all welded in. I've done some prep on the toe panel welds, got those smoothed out. I've saved you the time to watch me fit that panel in place. Got it all fit up. I have sprayed the weld-through primer in. Weld-through primer all over the lower panel, both sides as needed. I'm butt welding this panel in so we can line up all of the curvatures in the post. That way I don't have a step that I would need to feather with filler. If this goes according to plan, it should be nearly metal finished. A few coats of the high build primer, I think, will take out any of the imperfections I've left. That's the plan. I don't like putting any or very much filler on the pillars, especially in rocker area, because your feet tend to drag. It takes a lot of abuse. So if we can keep it all just metal and paint, it tends to hold up better. Couple more clamps. Should be ready to make sparks. Secret's getting just enough tension on the panel that it stays in place, with a nice gentle tap will let it scoot that extra 1/16 of an inch or less. Actually needs to have a fair amount of precision doing butterwork. You wouldn't think so. Just slap her up there and cover up a Bondo. But the better you fit it, the better the project. Yeah, I went off to get the welder. Let's see if we can hurry up through this. Welding's all done. Now the grinding done. Got all the edges nicely finished. That's pretty much ready for prep. Now this is the rear one, or the B pillar, and it's pretty rusty. So after strategizing on it, I've decided to make a new one. I took my English wheel and formed this panel. Fits in there nicely. It's kind of old-fashioned bend and hammer this panel. It fits in there nicely. So tomorrow I will be welding that one up and fitting it in. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.